Hello and welcome. I want to talk to us today about the mind. This book says mindset, or mind rather, is the master. And I just been thinking there's a lot of people who have weird mindsets. Well, what do I mean by weird? Well, people who have certain beliefs about things and no foundation for those beliefs, people who have negative thoughts and don't know how to shake that habit. I've talked to a lot of people that have negative thoughts and even tried to encourage them in how to get better thoughts, and yet they still run around with negative thoughts. And so today I thought, instead of getting on and talking about negative thoughts, I want to get on and talk about positive thoughts. Can we do that for a little while? And I just wrote down some hints as to where I want to go with this. But how is it that we can become more positive? Well, I want you to know something. I was raised in a negative atmosphere, and I tried to always stay upbeat, but sometimes when you're in that atmosphere, it brings you down. And then when I left and got on my own, I took that with me because that's what I grew up with. But then at a certain point, I decided I don't want this in my life. I don't want to be negative all the time. I used to watch some of my friends who were bubbly and happy and cheerful all the time and think, well, how in the world do they do that? And then I realized it's all about what we decide we want for our lives. So you have to change, first of all, the way you think. Most of us will beat up ourselves, and it starts there. And that's who I was. I was the one who kept beating myself up. And so therefore, when I looked at others, I kind of beat them up too. Because you only see negative because you're only looking at negative because you're negative yourself. And for some reason, we don't see the positive because we're so blinded by the negative. All right? Another thought is wake up and focus on your good qualities and your strength. And you say, well, I don't have any good qualities. I used to say that. And then people would say, well, yes, you do. And they'd tell me what they saw in my life as good qualities. And then I would think about it. And, and we all have different strengths. And like in a really severe predicament, I have a lot of strength. But as a human being, I don't feel like I have any strength. And I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, I was probably around 12, 13 years old. And my brother was whittling one day, and when he did, he took that knife and went up underneath his thumbnail and cut right from his thumbnail back on to the bone, joint bone here. And that blood just went squishing out. And my mom didn't know what to do. Well, I went running in the house. He hollered, and she came out, and she didn't know what to do, and she was freaking out. So I went running in the house and grabbed a great big bath towel. Don't ask me why. I thought, I guess it was going to be really bad. And I took it out, and I wrapped that bath towel around his hand. And my mom took him to the hospital, and he had to have stitches. Well, at that moment, I had strength when nobody else had any strength. So sometimes we can surprise ourselves at what we can do. Another one I have down here is, got to put on my glasses, I'm sorry. I wrote it out, and so it's too small for me to see because I write small. Only you can correct your attitude. So, I use the sunshine. Good morning, everybody. I'd go into work in this one place, well, all places, but this one place, they loved having me work in there because I would go in and say, good morning, everybody, and I was just bubbly, and some of them were like, like they hadn't had their first cup of coffee yet, even though they had, and I didn't drink coffee back then. And so anyways, and I even had one girl say, I get so tired of people that are so bubbly so early in the morning. And I thought, well, I guess you do, because, she showed it, all right? So are you the sunshine that walks into everybody's life? Are you the storm cloud, and you're just ready to just snap at anybody and find something wrong with everybody, including yourself, because it starts with yourself first, all right? Another thing is that we need to shine more. And then the more you shine, the more positive you're going to be. If you get up every morning and you determine in your mind, I am not going to be so negative today. And then you get ready to go out for your day, and you get active in your day, and you've got some thoughts moving around in your mind, and then all of a sudden you go to work, or you go shopping, or you go wherever it is you're going to go, and you run into other people. Now you could be your own self and stay negative, but now you're trying to learn how to be more positive. So you have to correct your own self, because you know what? Nobody else is going to correct that for you. I found out that the only one that was going to correct me was me. And I had to make up my choices in life. Did I want to be the grump, or did I want to be the sunshine? Did I want to love everybody, or did I want to hate everybody? Did I want to gossip about everybody, or did I just want to enjoy life? All right? And so this is why it's important sometimes for us to get on and share things. Sometimes I think I don't have any answers, but then I get thinking about some of the things I hear people talk about, and I thought, well, I think I need to do a video about that. Well, somebody was talking about this the other day, and I thought, I need to do a video about that. So instead of you thinking whatever your negative is, because let's face it, it starts up here first, and then all of a sudden, especially, like I said, my husband is the type of person, he thinks from the frontal. There's people who think from here, and there's people that think from here. All right, I'm the person who thinks from here. Takes a long time. It's going to come through this filter. I'm going to really think about it. I'm going to weigh out the goods and the bads. I'm going to fling out all that I don't want, and I'm going to narrow it down and only speak what I know I want to speak, and it's going to be good. And so most people, because they think from their frontal, they just say blah, 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 whatever it is, first thing. And a lot of times it's negative, 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 or hateful, 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 or what have you, because that's what they have up here. And then when they get ready to talk, they don't think it through. It's right here, and they just say it. And I can remember saying to somebody who's very close to me, you know, instead of just speaking it out the minute it comes here, you need to stop for a moment. Think about it. Is this what I really want to say? And that's how I retrained myself. I had to stop, think about it, and think, is this going to benefit anybody? Is this going to encourage anybody? If it's not, then I don't need to be saying it. And if I wouldn't want to hear it myself, then why would I say it to somebody else, right? All right, another thought I had written down. Do you want a longer life? I want you to know that if you lighten your load, you'll have a longer, happier, more productive life, because you won't be carrying that load of negativity around with you. People who carry their negativity with them all the day, in their mind, on their shoulders, wearing out their body, they don't realize they look harsher, harder, unapproachable, and maybe even ugly to some people. And I can remember that as I started going through my changes, I even liked my own appearance better as I began to think more positive. I looked different when I looked through my eyes. I didn't see the same negative person. I saw the new person that I was trying to become. And then all these years, I've been trying to stay that positive person. Even when there's others around you, and that's my next thought, cut off your negative contacts. If you have a bunch of friends that's all they do is they're negative, and they gossip, and they're hateful to others, and they're slamming people, and all they want to do is be discouraging, then don't. If you are trying to change to be a positive, happy, healthy, sunshine person, don't hang around in the storm. You know what I do when I see the storm clouds? I say, oh, there's a storm brewing over there. Well, that's the last place I'm going to go, is over there. Because I see the sunshine over here, and I'm going to head for the sunshine. So in other words, what am I saying? We are the ones that make our decisions. So the day you decide that I am going to be more positive, I need to think more positive, and then when you do, then guess what? It does become a choice where you have to start cutting off maybe some of those friends who really aren't friends, because if they're negative and nasty, about others to you, then they're also negative and nasty about you to others. So listen, you want to be more positive? You want to have more happiness? Do you want to have more joy in your life? I went through this brief depression, I remember a few years back. And when I did, I thought, I have to get some Lucille Ball TV and watch Lucille Ball. Because when I was a kid, she made me laugh even when I felt like crying. And I used to love to watch her programs. So I did. I got some CDs. That was back when they were coming out, you know, with the videos that you could play on your computer or whatever. And I would get some CDs of Lucille Ball and bring them home and play those CDs and get out of my stupor and get up and get motivated. So whatever it is that you need to help motivate you, like I used to put little notes up around the house on little sticky notes. Don't forget to smile. Don't do this and don't do that and do this and do that. You know, whatever it is that I wanted to improve, I'd say, do this today. You know, like go out and tell 10 people, you look lovely. I love just going through a store, and if I see somebody that looks like they're a little down, I'll say, good morning or afternoon. How are you doing today? And of course, you know, the first thing they're going to say, well, no, I'm having a horrible day. Well, then you can say, you know what? My days start out that way sometimes, but then I just think I am so blessed to be alive. And I am so happy that I can get up and go out and do shopping or visit my friends or walk in the sunshine or whatever it is I think of to tell them. And then before I leave, I stay until I see a smile crack on that face. And then as I see that smile start to crack in, I say, well, you know what? I still got some shopping to do, or I've still got that to do, or whatever. But it's been fun talking to you, and I'm going to be thinking about you all day today and lifting you up in prayer. Why? Because I'm a super spiritual person? No. Because I want them to know that I took time out of my life to let them know that they matter, and they don't just matter for the moment, they also matter after I've gone. And they'll think about that. And they'll say, you know what? I don't know who that woman was, but she came by one day and she made me feel better. So that's what we do. We change our thinking. First of all, sit down, and even though it may be hard, write down all the good qualities that you have, all the good characteristics and strengths that you have. One of my best qualities is I've always been a given person. I give to the point of sacrifice. Why? Because I want people to know that I'm doing it with all of my heart, that they're important to me, that I love them. Even when I kept house, and I still do it to this day, and I had children, I kept my house as neat as I could because I wanted it to be a good representation of my life and my family. And I still keep my house as neat as I can. And I want it to represent who we are. If it's all cluttered up and people come in and they see things thrown here and things thrown there and boxes. I had one neighbor, you had to walk through a tunnel in her house just to get to her bathroom because there were boxes all the way sky high in her house. I don't know how she lived like that. I can't live like that. I can't be closed in. Hey, I can't even cover my head up with a blanket. I don't like having my head covered up. So what am I saying? Change your circumstances. If your circumstances aren't good, change them. Get into a good and familiar area where you can change and spend more time in that place. All right? And so that's my thought today. I hope it helps somebody out there. If it has, or if it helps you to share it with somebody else, please do that. If you haven't subscribed, and I love it, I just had somebody watch one of my other videos and they told me, hey, I just found your video today and I'm subscribed. And I said, thank you, because I love it when people let me know. Excuse me. And if I can think of any other thoughts that I can share with you, I'll come up with some more videos. If there's something you'd like maybe for me to touch on, put it in the comments below, and if I can, I'll do it. You have a wonderful day. Remember this. There are more people who love you than who don't love you. If you can remember that, then that will help you to help you become the person that you really want to be, that the others are looking at, that love. All right, they love you because there's something in you they see, something in you that they desire for you to have a better life. And when you start tapping into that, they're going to be all that much more excited for you. You have a wonderful day now. And listen to me, stay positive and sunshine, smile wherever you go. Even if you don't feel like smiling, because I want you to know there's days I don't feel like smiling, but boy, if I run around with a smile on my face, by the time I come home, I have earned that smile. All right? So you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. Next time for Coffee Talk, I think I better have a coffee so we can talk a little longer. Bye now.